Alright guys, let's start this video here. I'm on my balcony actually, and the rain is coming again. I was just going to go out and do some filming, and this is the problem with this time of year. Hopefully, it should be finished in around about 10 days when the jet stream changes, and it brings in drier weather. There's a lightning. It brings in drier weather, but much cooler. So then we go into the cooler season. Can you hear the thunder there? And the rain is basically just coming now. It's coming from northwesterly direction. And I better step back a bit off my balcony because it's starting to get me here. Right guys, that was a couple of days ago. The weather has sort of picked up, but it's still raining every day. I reckon sometime this week or maybe next week it will be over, and once the direction of the jet stream changes. It has pretty heavy rain season this year. Only the last 4 weeks, 6 weeks should we say, but it's been pretty heavy. Maybe it's because of El Nino, I don't know. But anyway, I've only known it one time to go in the 7 years I've been living here. I've only known it one time to go into November. Normally mid-October it is gone. Now I just went to get a haircut at Together Barber Shop here on Sobercow. But as I was going past, I was looking at this, the Dirty Ranch Steakhouse. My God, that is some renovation going on here, guys. Look at this. That is some renovation. They've completely knocked it out. They did say that they're going to glass front that, but crikey, it's really stripped back. Not sure they're going to be. When did they say? 1st of November? No, we still got like 3 weeks to go, I suppose. Well, less than that now, 2.5 weeks. I don't think it will be. I hope they are. You never know, these things do finish at the very last moment. I'm just in that arcade at the moment. I'm going to go down to Beach Road. I'm going to find some breakfast, because I've been after breakfast near to the Soy 7 bars, a bit noisier. The only one, I guess, is, that's really the closest is the Golden Ferry, which is actually really good. Sunshine's right behind me there. Which is really good, but we want to go find somewhere else a little bit different than that. And I did one a couple of years ago, about 3 years ago, but I'm going to go back there, and it's good. It's on Pattaya Klang, and we'll show you what that's about. But before that, really interesting topic now coming up from John, and this actually spurred me into action, and it's about tax. Here it is, and I'll come back to you after. Welcome back to Anglo-Siam Legal, and today's subject is going to be one that's really close to my heart, and most of you guys out there, tax. John, what do you know of the situation now with tax? I know it's still a bit of a grey area. They still really don't know. We're now into the fourth quarter of the year, and we still don't really know exactly what. So can you explain, keep us up to date what the situation is now?
Obviously, most people know, as if you're a resident here or an expat, as of the 1st of January 2024, the tax regime changed. In previous years, you could keep income from the previous year and be untaxed and move it into Thailand untaxed the next year. So for example, in 2022, I earned a salary overseas, didn't send it in until 2023, no tax to pay. Now, as of the 1st of January 2024, irrespective of when you make that from the 1st of January onwards and when you take it in, it will be subject to taxation. What we don't know at this time is how this is going to be regulated. They've passed the law, it's in force, we're now into the fourth quarter, and they haven't told accountants and the revenue, how do we deal with this when we have bilateral agreements with the UK, with America, with Australia? That's the part we don't know. The personal taxation is subject to having a tax identification number. If you're resident in Thailand for 180 days or more per year, you must have a tax identification number. That's a 13-digit number that you get issued by revenue. That's what you file your personal tax return on. If you don't do that, you're committing a criminal offence. And we also believe this is going to be subject to immigration requirements for visa extensions in the not too distant future. Nothing's been ratified, we still don't know, but that's what our belief is. They will be asking for your personal tax return for your visa extension. So at the moment, any income you bring in that you are earning from overseas, that you're sending yourself from investments, sales of houses, etc., you have to declare, irrespective of whether you've been taxed in your home countries or not. You then have to prove you have a bilateral agreement and prove that you have been taxed on it. Then the revenue departments and, for example, HMRC in the UK will speak with one another and they'll come to a determination on what tax is due, if any. What they haven't said is how we're going to report this.
Right, so for example, like we do have double tax laws in the UK, and for example, most people who are here, they are here on a retirement visa, they've probably got a pension, they're already paying tax on that pension.
Correct.
What is their situation? What will they have to do?
All of the experts in the field, including our accountants, truly believe that if you're taxed on your pensions from your home country where we have a bilateral agreement, you're not going to get taxed on it in Thailand.
But you have to show.
Correct. You have to put in your personal tax return to show what you've sent into the country from overseas. Tell them why, how, when, if it's taxed, by what source. They will then look at that in conjunction with your home country's agreements and HMRC in the UK, for example, and they'll assess it. If it's all correct, you won't have tax to pay. If you haven't, they'll send you a tax bill.
Okay, and now what about for somebody like me? Somebody like me, I have a work permit, and I do pay taxes on the company. What would I need to do by the end of this year?
Okay, so where you have a company and you're working for the company, there's two things you've got to do. Obviously, your company has certain obligations throughout the year, and their closing statement is 1st of January through the 31st of December yearly. Is that
so when you say 1st of January, is that from this year already?
Yeah, so the taxation year in Thailand, irrespective of where your person or your company is, from the 1st of January through the 31st of December each year. For companies, you then have 4 months to do your closing statements, get yourself audited and submitted to the revenue department. Personal taxes are along the same lines, but you have slightly less of a time period to do it. You usually have about 3 months to do it. So when you're working and own a company, you've got your company's tax returns to do and your personal ones, because obviously you're getting a salary, bonuses, you've got withholding tax, you've got to declare all of that. For people who are on retirement visas or marriage visas and they have income from employers, you still have your personal taxes to account for. You're getting salary every month, you're paying social security, you're paying withholding tax. All has to be accounted for.
John, thank you for the information. Can you tell everybody how we're going to find you?
Absolutely. Number will be on screen, website will be on screen, email will be on screen. But if you're in Pattaya, the easiest way to do it, we're opposite Big C South in South Pattaya, opposite the car park. Pop in, say hello, let's have a coffee.
Disclaimer here, guys, I am not a legal person, and John is just giving advice. If you want further advice, go and see John. I would say he is very good, he's very knowledgeable, he knows what he's doing. And after that segment, that did spur me into action, and I had to go and get a PIN number, it's a personal identification number. And I've got that in the process. I didn't know. I thought they were still umming and ahhing about this, but apparently it was from the 1st of January this year. And those of you who are here retired, I'm seeing a lot of stuff out there that's probably, we don't, even John says we don't really know yet. But I don't think it's as scary as you think. You know, you're paying tax already in your own country, so you just need to kind of prove that. And I'm not sure when they're going to start clamping down on this, but it will do come at some point. Anyway, now we're going to go to a restaurant, which I think it does English breakfast, and it's called Jasmine. Now, Luke, I know I've done this before, but it was 3 years ago. However, there's a lot of people new on my channel within the last 3 years who probably haven't seen that video. So that's why it's worth doing again. Plus, it is very nice anyway. It's one of the best for Thai food, and I think they do an English breakfast, so we'll find out. Jasmine is on Pattaya Klang, which is just the next one from Soy 7. It's just right across here. I will leave a link in the description for a location. Wait. Now, looking at the menu, there is no English breakfast. I thought there would be, but there is some English food in here. But that being said, the Thai food is excellent in here. We've done it before. I think I might just go for something simple. Well, I've never tried this before. Jasmine egg pan. I fancy some protein. Let's go for that. Actually, I changed my mind. I did find a breakfast. Not quite full English, but it's got grilled chicken, 2 eggs, 2 bacon, avocado salad, 2 toasts, butter jam, and a cup of granola yogurt. That was Jasmine, guys, here on Pattaya Klang. If you don't know what it is, leave a link in the description. Very, very nice. Surprised. Not really into breakfast, as I've said many times before, but I actually enjoyed that. It was obviously quite an healthy breakfast, and 229 baht, I think that's a bargain. I only normally go to Jasmins for the Thai food because it is one of the best Thai foods, definitely in this area, and all at a reasonably cheap price. It's got that kind of Western sort of creamy flavour to it, which kind of makes it better in my opinion. But yeah, Jasmine's, 229 baht. Try it, I thought it was beautiful. Also guys, just to let you know, I've just had a delivery of poppies. I've had 2 boxes of them, so they will be put into 2 bars. The top bar, I'll put them in hookup corner, and then I will also put them in a looper with the 2 bottom bars. Poppy is, for me, it's a respectful thing. My granddad, who's been dead 30 years, he was heavily involved in the Second World War, and he was in Germany after for 5 years to help the Germans to rebuild their country. So to me, it is not political, it's just a respect thing. So that's it guys, yes, I have got no helmet on, I'm not going far. But they don't supply them, do they, on motorbike taxis these days? Anyway guys, that's it for this video. If you want any advice, contact John himself. The details are in the description to get involved, to get in contact with him. Anyway, whoops. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.